Stay right there. It's time for Sarasota County Weekly.
Chances are you've probably never seen a guitar like this, and there's a really good reason for that. I'm Jill Sobolewski. Coming up, I'll explain why a local band truly knows what it's like to make music.
We're about to introduce you now to a local band that's a collision of sound and culture. But as Jill Sobolewski explains, World Collision is more than what meets the eye or the ear.
Just a typical day of practice for World Collision. But this band is anything but average. You take one look and you see an eclectic bunch, from their style to their sound. And if their instruments didn't catch your eye the first time, take another look. These instruments are as original as the band's sound, and they're made by the hands that play them.
Just a different design nobody's ever done, I don't think.
To create a masterpiece like this, it takes about 3 days, 8 hours a day. He says it's easy, but while most musicians start out by, going to the store, these guys begin by finding the perfect tree.
People don't usually use a chainsaw like this, but I've been practicing for a long time.
But get this, they all make their own instruments. They were doing this before they even knew each other.
One of the things that I'm known for is making and playing the didgeridoo.
Jeremy says it's one of the oldest instruments. Never heard of it? He tells me don't feel bad. Not many people have.
Termites are what originally make them, but in the United States we don't have the termites nesting in the trillion, so I become the termite.
Being the termite means taking a steak knife and hollowing this out.
I've always been kind of one of these do-it-yourself kind of guys, and if I can't find it, I'll make it.
He couldn't find what he needed, so he made it.
Sounds so much sweeter than a lot of the new stuff.
My music is my children, the CDs and the music that I leave behind is the only thing that I have to leave to the future of, what I did while I was on the planet. So it's every time I'm recording or writing a song, it's like magical to me. It's my child.
Jet says she was thirsty to work with a band who owns their music from start to finish.
Music is really personal anyway. I mean, even if you're not musical, there's usually a band that you love, a sound that you are just really attached to.
The band believes in using what they've got, from their talent to the earth.
All my wood comes from the landfill where the tree trimmers trim the trees out of people's yards and they throw them away. So I go try to save it.
Now the band is able to save a little bit of money by making their own instruments. If you were to see a homemade piece like this in a typical music store, it could cost about $1,500. The band tells me there's no price tag on pouring your heart into your work. But besides that, they say homemade instruments just sound better.
And the wood is in what they call a natural position. Most drums are made out of plywood that's just steamed and turned around and around and around, whereas the wood grew in this position and it's never been changed. So when you carve it out into a drum, it resonates more cleanly.
So common interests brought them together. Their individual passion for sounds from around the world helped make them a band.
We combine all of the things that we've learned through our lives into one music.
A futuristic sound born from something that may be considered a lost art.
I guess I'm keeping something alive. Because instead of it being chips, it's something this will last longer than we will.
Jill Sobolewski, Sarasota County Weekly.
Wow, a real passion for music. Great to see that. World Collision, by the way, also sells the instruments they make. For more on them, go to worldcollision.com.